Mando.
I have the drive to do it because I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain this to you guys, man. I don't think I'll ever be able to explain it, like, verbally. But I think the best way for me to explain it, dude, is I just need help, man. I feel like this is, I'm just gonna say it, dude. I don't think it's something I can do on my own, dude. I feel like I need help for it. I didn't really work out here because I was like, man, this is gonna sound so stupid, dude. But I think I was like intimidated by the atmosphere, dude. I don't know how to explain it. You know, unless you're like fat or something like that, you know, it's kind of like you don't really understand because you don't really go through life not looked at, you know. But when you go through life fat and you show up somewhere where everybody's fucking skinny, you're instantly like the first thing that people look at. So I feel like me coming to this place, as cool as it was and, you know, awesome as it was, I feel like it was just like intimidation, man. Like, I feel like everybody was looking at me when I would walk through, or I just didn't want to look stupid. I didn't want to look out of place. I don't know, man. But there's something I do need help with, bro. There's something that I do need help with, but I don't feel like I could do it on my own. I feel like that's the best way I can explain it. At least not to like get it like regimented. Fuck! I feel like this is something I need help with to get me started. Once I kind of have the gears going and the train is in motion, I don't think I need as much help. But, yeah. Fuck, man. Why'd you guys kill the fucking moon, dude? You're too old to care about people. You know what, man? That's what you say, bro, but it's not really possible, dude. It's really hard for me. It's really hard for me to not care about people's opinions because ever since little, like growing up the way I did, like really nothing. Like I think if all right. All I ever really cared about was the validation of other people and shit like that, because like the way I was raised and like the lack of being raised per se. So I think like alright, I'm just gonna say it. You can call it an excuse, call it whatever you want. But I think the reason I am the way I am is because I've always seeked. Damn, dude, it's so hard for me to say, man. The reason I am the way I am, I'm gonna just close my eyes and just say it. Hold on. I gotta blow my nose. Alright. I'm not even gonna look at the camera, dude. I think the reason I am the way I am is because I've constantly chased for validation my whole life. And, you know, being raised the way I was, you're like, my mom kicked my dad out when I was little, so, like, I didn't really have the moral support of my father. I didn't really have my dad around much. At least, like, in my everyday life. You know, like, not having my dad around, but then, like, being raised, like, quote-unquote, raised by my mom, who didn't really, like, give a fuck about me. You know? The ones who know the truth are the ones who know, so, like, I'm not going to talk about how, but you would have had an actual, proper, loving home where I wasn't made feel like, if I wasn't made feel all the time like I was unwanted child in life, per se. Because, you know, all I ever did was get really bitched at. Like, if I wanted to have a bike at home, couldn't really have a bike. I couldn't have a skateboard. I never really had a room. This is actually true, by the way, chat. I never had a room until I was 16 years old. I was always made sleep on the couch. I never really had anything of my own, per se, that I was allowed to have. And, you know, I feel like not being loved at home definitely fucked me up, because like I said, all I ever wanted was like the validation, and like being the class clown was the way for me to get validation. You know, nobody really gave a fuck about who I was, but when I started making jokes and people were laughing and having a good time, then people cared about me. So I felt like I always had to put on a show and like be this character, which is kind of what I am nowadays, you know? Kind of like whenever I'd be like, yo, Mando, go press him, and I'd be the fucking dumbass. I did it because it was a way for me to seek validation, and you know, people would be like, oh man, Mando, that was so funny. It was a way for people to actually like communicate to me, but I just feel like, you know, you say, oh, you're old, you shouldn't care about people's opinions. Man, I've cared about everybody's opinion and everybody being around me. I've wanted people around me to like me for so long that all I care about is validation, man, and it sucks, you know, because at the end of the day, it's just me, dude. Like, why should I care about people's validation? But it's just like second nature at this point, dude. And I don't know, but everybody here has been so fucking fit, you know. I just don't know, man. I don't fit in this place, dude. I don't really fit in anywhere, man. And I just feel like this is the type of problem that I've struggled with for so long, that me getting over obesity, aka my whole identity, is so hard, because every time I try something new, I just fall back into the old self-sabotage ways. And it's just hard, man. It's hard. It's not easy to do. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to get over this, bro. Like, I don't, like, every time I try something new that I really like or I want to do, I just give up. And it's just like, do I give up because all I'm used to is like being at the bottom and like having that safe comfort of like having the safe space of like, not the safe space, excuse me, the safety net of like being like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I could just stay fat. I've been fat my whole life. Who cares? I'll just live like this. Like, that's a safety net. You know, like, because I don't have to do anything. But, like, for me to want to do change and, like, commit to it, that's extremely hard for me, man. Alright. I'm in the stream, dude. You guys fucked my head up for this one. Fuck. I'm in just street, dude. People who chicken, my own friend doesn't even pick up my own calls, dude. It's like my own friends don't even fucking care about me. They're eating buffet without me. Fuck! Don't say that, dude. Don't say that.